So, hello and welcome to Coaching Talk. So, I'm Coach Phoebe from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for self literacy. So, this coaching conversation is for people who are going through the journey of self significance, self finding self trust, and also recognition. So, my mission is to help individuals who are victims of abuse to live a life that is beautiful, have a mentally fit um, situation or a state, and have a good future. And I'm also promoting a safe ecology for 100,000 of families nationwide in order to protect people or children, the next generation from abuse, and to also allow every me in the family to thrive. So thank you for joining me live, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from. So please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this session. So you may also give shout outs, shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with this inspiring message. So if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. Ayan po, hashtag replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So don't forget, please like, follow, and subscribe. So as we move on with what we will be discussing today, I'll be sharing with you a few of the slides. Are you familiar with this? Or are you this one? Do you live to please people or do you please to survive the grind of life? Buried under a never ending to do list? Or are you really that someone who is feeling guilty saying no? Are you the type of person who would give in to request even though you don't want it? Yan. Or are you someone who is striving to feel being wanted and significant? Do you tolerate things in your life? Are you someone who gets anxious when expectations are not met? Are you a person who cares so much of what other people think of you? Maybe you are someone who can't express your thoughts. Are you crying out inside wanting to be free, to be who you are, and yet unable because other people might have other thoughts of you and it might not be acceptable in their eyes? How long will you allow yourself to be in that cage? Until when will you tolerate yourself portraying to be someone else you are not? What caused you being in that situation? Have you ever thought of what you are losing having that disease of pleasing? Are you someone who would question everything that is in the picture? What would they think? What if I say no? Will we still be friends? I wish I could say no. Get mad. Are you someone who is welcoming everything and at the end of the day, you are losing yourself in the process? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Coach Phoebe, and I'll be sharing with you my story. So way back, as you have seen in the picture, I'm I'm that the younger version Yeah, you can see that as the younger version of me. And to share with you that, yeah, that's seemingly very, very may innocent child. Yeah. So that innocent child is there, the youngest. Ayan, the youngest of among the siblings. So yeah, I'm the youngest among the 5 siblings that I have. So, yan. Being someone who is the bunso, I guess they will always call the bunso. I am privileged to have almost everything that I want, and then I would always get that moment of when I ask for something, then they would just really allow me to have that. And if I don't get to have that something that I want, I tend to rebel. So I tend to really do everything just to get everyone's attention, just to please them, and would pursue whatever it is that I would really want. So it turned out to be like that. Someone who would always try to please everybody, to please my parents, to please my siblings, and the rest of the family. And it turned out that everything that I want is something that I get. And eventually, this feeling that I have before when I was young, I've grown up to be someone who would always look forward to to be with people whom I love, to be accepted, to to be included, and because I get everyone's attention, I get everyone's consent, I get everyone's desire. Can you share someone? Can someone share to you kung sino yung mga bunso? Ayan. So let me let this moment to recognize everyone who is joining me live. So hello to hello to Master Coach Hasmin. Thank you for joining po. Coach Nilo, Coach Sean, Coach Mao. Ayan. And Coach Al, thank you for joining. Buenas tardes. So, um, yeah. So, Coach Nilo said guilty. Ayan. So, yes, every one of us has that point in our lives that we tend to please people. But there are people who are really very much like very evident talaga itong part na to sa kanila. And that is something that I would like to share with you. What could be the reason why people are pleasing? So what makes this disease run through someone? So yan. What makes a people pleaser? Ano nga ba? Has any those who are joining, I would like to hear from you if you have an idea of what makes a people pleaser. Ano ba talaga yung dahilan bakit nagpi-please ang isang tao? So kindly share your thought, kindly share some comments there, and bless this space with your thoughts, with your idea. So ako kasi like what I've shared kanina, I am the bunso. So I tend to really strive to do everything that I get to that I want. So eventually that has really allowed me to be a people pleaser. And I felt like the attention is really something that I want, and yeah, the significance that I have with the people, in the eyes of the people that I love. So that's one thing that I been holding on. And syempre, being the bunso, and actually the parents that my parents are um college professors. So they are known. So students know about them, and co-teachers and all. So Ayan, parang when you are someone who is a child of people who are known in an academe or an institution, they tend to really have yung identity ng parents mo, di ba? Connected with who you are. So it will allow you also to have that perspective that what other people might think of you, that what other people might connect with you with your parents. So meron talaga eh. There's something that really connects with with this. So in your situation, what is the reason why um you be, you become a people pleaser? What could be that root of you pleasing people and really portraying something that you are really not? So yeah, I would like to recognize also ayan, Mayor ng Team Cheesecake, si Sir Leonard Calles. Thank you po for joining. And Lady Jen, at saka si Coach Tin, salamat po for joining me live. So yeah, back to the question that I have. Do you have any idea of what makes people pleaser? So ano ba talaga yung dahilan? Bakit po tayo nagiging people pleaser? Ayan. So let's share with you something that I got labyrinth.com. So it is something that I would like to share with you as a thought of what makes a people pleaser. Ayan. So people pleasers start off as parent pleasers. So ayan po, totoo po yan. Ayan. Sinasabi po nila that people pleasers start off as a parent pleaser. So, if you were able to join Coach Sean kanina din, kaninang umaga, he was able to share that the family is the first training ground. Ayan po. Tama po. Family is the first training ground. So, eventually, how you um, allow that ecology to really build you up, that yun po yung nagkakaroon ng effect sa kung ano yung bringing up ng mga bata. So, um, yan, shout out to Coach Sean for sharing that kanina umaga, and was able to say that as we yung yun nga yung how the parents are interacting with their children really affects um how the children are responding also in their expressions. So what I'll be sharing with you right now is how is this having an importance in in what we are going to talk about today. So um, I'll be sharing with you this one. People-pleasing parents are often in a state of emotional overwhelm, leading to their children to treat them carefully as if they ibig sabihin po, yeah, I'll just want to share with you this as a context of really the caregivers, how the caregivers are treating their children that eventually um, has allowed their children to build up that people-pleasing personalities. So the first one is, yan nga po, um, pleasing parents are often in a state of emotional overwhelm, leading their children to treat them carefully as if they were fragile. So, ang ibig sabihin po niyan is, um, let me share. So, many times, ayan po, many times parents of people pleasers are too worried about their own troubles to tune to what their children are feeling and thinking. So, sometimes these people pleaser children act more like the adult in the relationship and take on caregiving na role towards their parents. So, Few examples of this is when the parent struggles to be emotionally connected and available to their child in a consistent way. So the child picks up on this and moves to protect their parents and their feelings so the child can remain connected. So, is anyone here who are joining me connect this? So, few of the example of this is like, for example, di ba? Na-overwhelm, nai-stress yung magulang. So, at some point, well, I would just wanna honor din naman those parents. Because, di ba nga, ika nga, sabi nga ni Coach AP Marife dun sa ano niya, sa feud na lives niya with a coaching TikTok, ayan, sorry. They do not know any way better. Sabi nga ni Master Coach, diba? Parents do not know any way better on how raising their children. And with Coach Marife mentioning that if there could only be a school teaching parents how to be a good parent, then that would be of help. Pero, well, parents are raising their children the way they think it is right, the way they think it is the right way to do it. So, wala eh. This they were not able also to learn how to do it. So, this is one thing that one of the reasons from here is because children are adapting to how their parents are responding to their emotions, like when they come into an emotional overwhelm, and tendency the children would really comfort or cover or adapt to whatever the situation is, then they would tend to start building yung people pleasing na kanilang abilities or yung character. So this is part what confuses people pleasers. So they have memories of warm connection with their parents. So how minsan po 'di ba very warm tapos at the same time nawawala din. So because of this preoccupation, the parents would blow hot and cold. So may mga moments na um, there might be one moment of them being affectionate and loving, and the next distance is absent and worried. So this is very confusing for the child. Kasi like for example, 'di ba? When we get into a situation na like we are just really so uh like for example, ako I now the parents would just really so dear, and alam mo yun, parang they would talk to you in a happy way, and or in a joyful way, or like really excited and all. Tapos when emotional overwhelm goes with the parents, nag-iiba yan, di ba? So eventually, pag bata ka pa naman, magugulat ka kasi like, kanina maayos lang naman, kanina naglalambing lang, pero bakit ngayon nagagalit na, bakit ngayon nai-stress na? So the children would really tend to be confused, di ba? So um the impact of this is that yung bata nag-a-adjust na lang din. So at the same time, they would, syempre, a kid would really also support and would think of and protect their parents. So, hindi na lang yan sila magsasabi, and they would just really go on with everything that with what they are doing or what the situation is, and would just they would tend to get it to a point of really adjusting to how their parents are responding. So they are tangled up with memories of the when parents are tangled up with the memories of their past and often worry about the future. Ito yung style of relating to themselves, and the world gets passed onto their children. Ito po yung moment na, 'di ba, pag may mga parents naman they are not perfect. And when comes a time na meron silang past na naalala nila, they tend to worry about the future of their children. Minsan, di ba, na-associate nila yun with their children, and that's the time na nagkakaroon sila ng worries. So, nagkakaroon ng, they are being preoccupied. So, like for example, a parent who has gone through a experience, then, nangyayari po na nagkakaroon tayo ng situation that they natakot sila na mangyari yun sa anak nila and they feel worried. But, di ba, over time, yan, sinasabi nga po, over time, the people-pleasing child learns that her parents are unreliable. So, at times, di ba, pag nangyayari yun, parang, okay, like for example, if your child wants to do something or wants to be in a place, um, common ito, 'di ba, yung magka-college na, so hihiwalay na sa pamilya and all, o kaya, getting into an adolescent age, tapos, having yung mga acquaintances and yung mga relationships, yan. So, going through that. 'Di ba minsan, instead of like, kung sakali naman kung ikaw yung anak, you would want your parents to really talk with you, tapos support you and really guide you on ano ba talaga yung relationship and all. Instead, 'di ba minsan nagagalit, so meron silang sinasabi na, "Mag-aral ka muna, wag ka walang boyfriend," ganyan, ganyan. So, 'di ba parang, don't talk to people like this, ganyan. So, 'di ba parang instead of really educating you, ano ba talaga yun, bakit, and what could be the reason why they are telling this. So, sometimes yun nahahang na lang yung mga bata. So, at the end of the day, yun yung sinasabi na unreliable. So, a person cannot stop depending on them, and she longs for close, consistent connection. Kasi syempre, the protection will be there. And at some level, she knows that she thinks or swims depending on her parents' own well-being. So, nangyayari dito, when things are really not going through it, like not the way that, alam mo yun, not going well with the parents, then and the child would really adapt to things. Then that's the time na nagkakaroon sila ng, alam mo yun, unreliability. Ayun, parang hindi siya nagiging reliable for them kasi at times, di ba, okay naman, at times hindi. So, yung tracking of their moods and checking in frequently, like really striving to make parents proud, muffling their own needs. Ayan, so doing the best that they can to be very, very good and not rock the boat. So, ibig sabihin, so parang, ito yung nag-i-strive yung mga bata or these people to really get into a point of, I'm gonna make my parents proud. I won't do anything to make them feel bad about me, ganyan. So, they began to practice yung people-pleasing skills. So, eventually, it gets to be too much. And these usually good children can act out in unpredictable and surprising ways when things become overwhelming na din. So, ibig sabihin na-adapt na yan. Kasi, they've been going through that cycle na pleasing their parents, adapting to how their parents would respond. And so eventually, it says that parental emotional inconsistency will is what causes people pleasing. So, yan po, dun po tayo napunta. The child not knowing how else to secure and maintain love and connection with the parents, um, that's all he or she can do is to earn a parent's love. So, he leaves out his parents for him or her and adopts all to his or her parents' values in order to remain in good graces. So, she becomes high achieving perfectionistic. So, ibig sabihin po, di ba, there are times na, okay, sige, that your parents are, uh, like for example, known to be mapagbigay or someone who is very kind. Then, the the child would really just tend to adopt that trait para lang masabi din naman na, "Ay mabait 'to." So, yung ginagaya na lang niya kung ano yung nakikita niya maganda dun sa parents niya. And that would be something that, fino-focus naman talaga nila at nagiging perfectionist na sila at that point. So, bawal magkamali and all. So, these are the things that, I can share with you. And alam mo yun, it tends to really allow, um, a child to really develop yung people pleasing character nila. So, yeah. So, I'm taking this time for joining. Hello, Coach Gracie. Thank you. So, connecting, sabi ni Coach Nords. Yes po, thank you, Coach. So, I was one of those. Araw daw muna bago mag-boyfriend. Hehehe. Ang nangyari, most of friends are boys. Kaya feeling boys na din ako noon para hindi habulin ng boys. So, thank you for sharing, Coach Nords. Nakakatuwa. So, yeah, opo. Kasi di ba, um, when parents would relate their past into their children, ang nangyayari kasi they are in control. So, syempre, di ba, you being a child, you would really honor your parents, and you would really give respect to what they are telling. Pero ang tanong is, were you even, parang, uh, do you really know the reason behind why they are telling you those pieces of advice? So, yeah, to share with you, if you are someone who is like this, then you, I would really glad, really be joyful to share with you that yes, this is me coaching community. So this is what I'm doing, and if you are someone who is in the season of really going through um this moment of people pleasing, then I would love to work with you. So let us discover your essence and win over disruptions from abuse. So that could be something that like emotional abuse, so verbal abuse and all. We also have physical abuse, like for example, diba times that you are being disciplined and ayan yung napapalo na moments, yan. So, and you feel like hindi ka na love and all. So you that's one of the reasons why people pleasing is being built. And yeah, let's go through literally and taking accountability in our life. So we can live beautifully, be mentally fit, and create an impact. So we nurture the me. Yeah, let's nurture the me. So every individual in every family. So this is one thing that I would like to share with you. Um, so if you are someone who is like that, then join me in the tribe. I would love to hear you. I would love to share with you the journey of how you can live in a in a life transformation. So are you this one? Let me ask you. The sweetness will be love. Are you connecting with this? So how about this one? Let me know in the comments if you are connecting ha. So yan. So, boundaries are selfish. Sinasabi mo ba yan sa sarili mo? So, do you really think that boundaries are selfish? So, I would love to hear from you. How do you think about all of this? And if you are connecting, just type hashtag connect. Ayan. General statements ng parents ito worldwide. Ayan, sabi ni Coach Marife. General statements ng parents ito. Opo. So, sige lang, Coach AP, kaya ito. Ayan. So, how about this one? If you show people who you really are, they won't like you. Ayan. Is this one resonating with you? So, let me know in the chat box kung ito ba talaga ay nagre-resonate sa inyo. So, meron ka naman atang, baka ganito naman. You feel indispensable. So, ito yung pakiramdam na, for example, if you are someone na hindi nakakapag-please ng ibang tao, then parang wala ka ng value, di ba? So, yun na yun. So, are you connecting with me? So, let me know in the chat box if you are connecting with me. And, yan, you feel responsible for the other person's feelings. Or, di ba, if you were able to, baka naman if I say no to this person, then this person might get hurt. Ayan, di ba? Parang, if I don't do this, then baka magtampo. Ayan. So, alam mo yan, you are responsible on how they would feel. So, you would tolerate many things in order for them to be pleased. Ayan. So, or maybe, you could be this one. Ayan, expressing a different opinion means losing the relationship. So, let me know in the chat box kung sino po yung nakaka-connect dito. Ayan, connecting daw. Correct. My sweetness is intentional, sabi ni Coach AP Marife. Yes! Thank you, Coach Marife. Kasi yan yung mother, no? Very intentional man talaga yung mother. So, connecting si Mayor Leonard, ayan. So, number 3 is not acknowledged but often unconsciously done. Oh, yes. Tama po. Tama ako sa you. If you show people who you really are, they won't like you. Ayan. So, the tendency, di ba? Merong mga tao na they would just, portray to be someone na pakiramdam nila, this could be the way that they should act or they should respond in order for them to be accepted, to be liked. Ayan. So, connecting my fear of losing friendship, sabi ni Miss Lady Jen. Yes po. Kasi di ba, when you are responding in a way na very unusual. Kasi di ba, when you usually say yes and yes, tapos hindi ka nag-no, tapos biglang nag-iba yung response mo. Parang, ano kaya nangyari? Bakit kaya nag-iba? So, eventually, yung mga tao nawawala na, di ba? So, yan yung nagkakaroon ng, ano ba yung nangyari? Anong ginawa kong mali? So, eventually, di ba, i-please mo yung tao, you would console them, ano ba yung ginawa mo? At the end of the day, di ba, nawawala yung pagiging ikaw. You lose yourself process. So, ito yung mga bagay na baka naman pag nag-express ka ng thoughts mo, merong hindi tanggap-tanggap. So, I'll be sharing with you, just to run through lang, 6 signs that you worry too much about what others think of you. First one is you want everyone to like you. Yes, in an attempt to ensure everyone to like you, and say things that aren't you. So, ibig sabihin, mga sinasabi talaga sila na hindi talaga ikaw. So, you aren't living an authentic life. So, which leaves you to be miserable and alone. So, by not being vulnerable, you are cheating yourself from what you want. So, remember, it's truly impossible to please everyone all of the time. So, hindi po talaga natin mapiplease lahat ng tao. So, yeah, just bear it in mind. You cannot please everyone. So, another thing that you worry too much about what other people think of you is when you can't say no. So, ito yung time na whenever someone asks for your favor, parang you are automatically obliged to help them. Alam mo yung ganun yung feeling, di ba? And accept the job or whatever it is that they want you to do. And it's just really hard to say no. Ayan, because you don't want to let them feel like disappointed, so down, ganyan. Tapos, and you would worry that they would stop liking you. So, if you are someone also who is very cautious, yan, masyadong ano po sa gustong sabihin, cautious on what you would say. Parang, lagi mo na lang iniisip bago mo sabihin, iisipin mo pa paano mo siya babanggitin, paano mo i-construct yung message mo. So, wala kang, hindi ka safe. You don't feel safe to say just, the words that are in your thoughts. So, kino-construct mo pa yan. So, eventually, you miss out opportunities to share your opinions, ideas, and saka mag-develop din ng authentic na relationship. So, kung ikaw ba to, yung nag-iisip, very cautious on what you say, then this could be one thing that you can start to ponder. And if you are someone who would worry a lot about what other people would think of them. So, you someone who is over on analyzing yourself naman? Ikaw ba tong taon to na nag-iisip that would always observe each and every one to check if anyone has noticed you feeling short because of their expectations. So, ikaw ba to? Lagi mo bang chine-check kung, am I meeting the expectation of this person, my parents, my friends, my colleague? Are you someone who would always look at yourself from someone else's eyes or someone else's perspective or angle? Ikaw ba to? Or are you constantly worrying and thinking that you will be if they will be satisfied with the way who you are and how you do things? So, ikaw ba to? Baka naman meron po sa inyo yung sinasabi lagi na, I should be like this. Kasi ito yung tingin ko na matatanggap nila ako. So, you overanalyze yourself. So, parang every move that you make, you tend to be perfect. Ayan, di ba? Kaya dito na lumalabas yung mga perfectionist eh. Kasi you would want it to be, alam mo yun, parang um, well executed sa harap ng mga tao. So, number 5 that you can think of if you are someone who worries so much about uh, what other people think of you is if you don't take feedback well. Ayan. So, ikaw ba yung tao na kapag sinabihan, merong feedback o merong room for improvement o kaya pwedeng nabigyan ng reminder on how you can improve on something or you can excel on something, eh, medyo pumapalag. Ayan. So, like, constructive criticism gets you down. So, ito yung point of, ano na, kapag meron na pinpoint sa'yo, dahil nga gusto mo, di ba, everything's perfect, everything is okay. Tapos, pag may na-pinpoint sa'yo, hala, ayan, ano siya, malaki yung impact sa'yo, tapos bibit mo na yung sarili ko, ano yung ginawa kong mali, ano pa ba yung, hindi pwede, hindi ako pwedeng magkamali, kasi I should or I must, yan, must please someone. I must please these people. So, hindi talaga pwede magkamali. It takes a toll on you. So, you feel like you are not good enough. So, the last thing that I'll be sharing with you is if you are someone who is worrying too much of what other people think of you is you don't ask for help. Yes. Yung pride that you don't ask help because sa tingin mo naman kaya mo. Because you are someone who felt like uh, taking yourself out of the comfort zone to prove that you are useful to others. Ito yung you feel like you are hesitant to ask for anyone's help. It might correlate to you being so fragile, being so weak, or being someone na nasasabi nila, ay, ano pala yan siya, ganito pala yan siya. So, because you want to be appealing to other people, you want yourself to be strong in the eyes of other people, you tend to really portray someone who is very strong. And you worry that you will be judged for not being competent or capable enough to handle things on your own. So if you are someone who is like this, then let me share to you that these six that you are seeing on the screen are all myths of people pleasing. What the truth is behind all of these myths is first one, your intrinsic value as a human being is unconditional. In fact, when you set boundaries and make space in the relationship, you are actually helping the other person see that you are a well-rounded person wants and needs just like everyone else. So, ibig sabihin po, when you set the boundaries and you make a space in the relationship, parang that's a point of you really getting into the point of strengthening yourself to be focused more on what you really need. So, yan yung dumadating tayo sa self-love. So, the second truth is every person is in charge of their own emotional life. So, hindi ka po talaga, sabi dito, di ba? So, mali po itong sinasabi na you feel responsible for other person's feelings. Kasi sa totoo naman po, we cannot feel another's feelings for them, go for them, or learn for them. So, taking on a loved one's personal responsibilities prevents them from growing and learning. Opo. So, when you are allowed, person's feelings, so that if you are doing this, then you are not empowering them. You are crippling them. And it's not a good one that you will allow other people to be crippled just because you want to please them. And the third truth is people can think differently than us, still like us. So yeah, if you are someone who is connecting with expressing a different opinion means losing the relationship, then this truth is for you. People can think differently than us and still like us. So ibig sabihin po, kahit na if you are someone that would want to share who you are, or would want to share your thoughts, we do not know. Maybe what you are thinking right now is not really the way other people is thinking about you. So if we love and respect those who disagree with us, they will love they will then love and respect us. Kasi di ba we are being authentic with our relationship. And when we disagree with them, ayan, so they would respect us when we disagree with them. So if they don't, and this is not a reflection of you, but of them and their choices. So ibig sabihin, kung hindi naman sila nag-a-agree sa'yo, then it's on their control, not of your control. So remember one thing, that what you can control is only within you. So the response of other people is not within your control. Only your response would be something that is in your control. So if you are someone who is in the journey of self-pleasing and would want to really have a a um a help on this, then I'm inviting you for the Careless program. It's how to stop worrying what other people think about you. If you are someone who would want to really be in the journey of um, to be of help on again, matulungan kayo with this one, love to hear from you, send me a message. This is not for those who wants to still suffer in pleasing. So, hindi po to. So, hindi yan siya para sa inyo. If this is not also for those who are not bold enough to take steps toward having a change in their situation. Definitely not if you are not someone who is bold enough. And this is not as well for those who are still hiding and coward to fight for what and who they are. So parang if you are someone who are still not bold enough to fight for what you think you deserve, then this is not for you. Kung wala ka pa dyan, kung ayaw mong ipaglaban yung sarili mo. And if this is not also for those who are not ready. Yan, who are not ready to take the journey of self-love. So, ibig sabihin, if you are not someone who doesn't want to prioritize herself, like for example, really giving love and giving that utmost concern sa sarili mo naman na tapos na yung kanila, ako naman. Ayusin ko yung sarili ko. If you are not yet in that situation or in that journey, then this is not for you. So if you are ready, then it's for you. But kung hindi ka pa nandoon, then this is not for you. This is not also for those who wants to live behind the mask and pretend to be someone else. If you are someone who is still in the journey of pretension, of really being in the mask and pleasing people, then it's not for you. But if you are someone in the journey who wants to move from the journey of being worrying on what other people would think of you, then I would love to hear you send me a message. So if you are also someone wants to have a Decaf Coffee Republic is open. This is located at Pioneer Street, corner Brickstone and United Streets, inside Pioneer Center Compound. And if you're someone who wants to have a coach and would journey with someone to get into a transformation of from being a people pleaser to someone who would want to journey to us towards self-discovery, contact us at 0917-586-1661. Look for coaching on demand 24/7 is really available. Help is available for those people who wants to really get into a transition overcoming people pleasing. And so um, if you are someone who is in this journey, then I would love to connect with you. So this is my Facebook, Phoebe Reyes, and you can also connect with me to my page, Coach Phoebe, and I would love to see you join inside. This is me, Coach. So let us discover your essence and win over the disruption of your life. And if you are someone who is in the community as well, you look for services of life coaches, you can also connect to Life Coach Philippines. So you connect, as I mentioned kanina, you connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. So um, get into a journey of life transformation. Start loving yourself because you are a child of God and God loves you. He is your first love. And above anything else, He is the only person that you will have to please. You are beautifully created. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And each and every piece of you is lovable. Do not conform with what other people are telling you to be who you are. You stand up, you arise because you are a child of God and you are His own. Take hold of the identity that you have received from God and let the truth come out. Accept your reality and hold into your essence and let the truth come out within. So as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. Do join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Lacey for coaching for 70 times 7 at 10 in the morning. Coach Nilo, ayan po, Coach Nilo for coaching for mindful transitions at 2 p.m. And Coach Candy for coaching for mental fitness at 4 p.m. I would also like to invite you to master Coach A's co-active co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. So it includes 21-day web-based learning, 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect with Coach Rizel at or through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. So once again, this is Coach Phoebe from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. So this is us in the Philippines. Love Bam Boom, love Bam Boom, love Bam Boom. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.